Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to Contest of Speed EU3. We're live from Albert Park here in Melbourne, Australia, for round 6 of the championship. And there's no Shane tonight. I don't know what he's doing. He's probably playing Valorant or something. You all know what he's like. So I'm joined by a new face in the commentary box. We've got Great Ape here with us. Good evening, sir. How are we?
Doing good. Just excited to watch this race.
Top man, top man. So, first man out on track. We've got an Alpha Tauri out first, which I think is going to be Alex. Indeed it is. He's the one leading the way. So, you asked me just before the stream started, a bit of a rundown on who are the ones to watch. So straight away, the two Mercedes are going to be they're going to be near the front. Dan Robbo is the quicker of the two of them, but Spod's not to be sniffed at either. Nisula, who's just retired, will be quick, but he's serving a qualifying ban today, so obviously he'll be starting from the back, looking to go for a last to first. Outright pace, keep an eye on Ivica as well, in the Alfa Romeo. Tonka, probably. And then two-spell Wizard in the Haas. Not necessarily for being the quickest, but the man is renowned for getting no penalties and finishing fourth and then getting second or first. Just watch out for some top-notch, gamesmanship, that's the word I'm looking for, from two-spell. But it is actually quite an evenly matched tier, to be honest. But I think the Mercs are probably your standouts for the time being. There's a couple of guys missing tonight who would have been able to challenge them straight off. But I think there'll be a few anyway. Oh, one of the new boys is gone. That's Craggy in the Aston Martin, new driver for this week. Just completed his pace test the other day, and he's out already. Got 5 turns into his Contest of Speed debut qualifying session. So still with Alex then as he goes around to complete the first time. 2 corners to go. Now the final corner. Onto the straight. Drives for the line. Let's see what he's got.
I believe pole in aim 3 was a 118.2. So I expect that to be beaten since this is EU3, but you never know.
It could be. I mean, EU4 last night was a 17. I think it was a 17.
If it was a 17, then it was a 17 too.
Yeah, I think it was similar in EU4 as well. So I would expect these guys to be probably around the same, maybe slightly quicker. We might see someone dip into the 16s. Apologies for everyone watching. We've got a couple of stragglers we need to get some invites out to. So bear with me 1 second.
A lot of people are going out really early.
Yeah, if you can get out early enough, you can get 3 runs in, obviously, in a short qualifying session, which tends to be what happens in these tiers. I don't know about AM.
I don't do that. I only go for 2. I just go for a danger, and I want to save the first set of softs for the race.
Ah, you see. Man thinking tactically. What I like to see. So, we've got STLR leading the way at the moment with an 18.194. Milos 3,000ths of a second behind him.
I believe he just got a 5-place grid penalty. STLR. I'm not sure though.
He might have done. We'll find out towards the end of the session. So Wakanda Forever, first man into the 17s for the evening, 17.8. We're on board with another new driver for tonight. That's Fracasi. I'll go Fracasi.
Is Red Mask in EU4?
He is, yes.
Okay.
Okay, then first runs completed for many of the drivers. Wakanda Forever in the Williams is leading the way. We're on board with our championship leader, that's Dan Robber 2000, on a push lap, I think. We've got confirmation in the chat as well. STLR has got that grid penalty, well spotted.
It's hard knowing all the names since this is my first one.
Yeah, as we see, Dan run wide at turn 10. Not going to do him any favours whatsoever.
I think Jack King might be on a pretty good lap.
Let's jump across to him then. Jack King.
Oh, he just messed
Oh,
up.
tax slapper out the final corner. He's gone. Curse of the commentator. That's your first one, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay. Well, welcome to the commentary box then with that. That's your first commentator's curse. I hope the first of many. Everyone else watching, or any of the drivers, will be praying it's the first and last. But we'll have a good time either way. So, Tonka then in the Red Bull. Yeah, you see Deathstorm's on with it. Comms curse at its finest. Let's go for a lap on board with Tonka then, and just see what he can do on this Albert Park circuit. So down the main start-finish straight then. Heading towards the first overtaking point on the lap into turn 1.
Tichy is about 3 or 4 tenths up on his time.
Ooh, Tichy. Tichy, if he
was 4 tenths.
Yeah, if he follows the trend he normally does, this will just be a practice session for him until the very end. So we'll keep an eye. Oh, yeah, safety cars don't count, Deathstorm. They appear all the time. But I'll take your point. So yeah, Deathstorm in the chat saying that he had a commentator's curse moment. He said a safety car would really help this one driver out. And then 10 seconds later, safety car appears. Tonka's gone purple through the middle sector. So we'll have to wait to the end of the lap to see if that's a personal best or a fastest overall. And he's gone into the pits, invalidated. Unfortunately.
Ooh, Alex is about to put a bunch of time up on the lap.
Let's have a look at Alex then. He's gone invalid, he's going to end up boxing. Yeah. Oh, I'm not doing that again, Deathstorm. I'm not shouting you clown at someone. Not this time. Yes. Yeah, Matt's in the chat said Two-Spell was prolific with his commentator's curses. He was around here. Turn 5 in particular, he was a fan of. Fracchesi then drives for the line. It's 18.5, it's an improvement.
STLR is a tenth up.
Lovely. She spotted. Yep. Just shy of 1.5 tenths through the first 2 sectors of the lap. At the moment, that would put him. It wouldn't change his position, but obviously it would improve his time. It's a good final sector, though. Might do. Takes pole. Brilliant final sector. Finds another 2 tenths.
So he probably will end up around P6 or 7.
Wakanda Forever. Oh, just runs wide. He was 2 tenths up. Okay.
I mean, he's not far off. He might still be able to crack into the pool.
Maybe. Yeah. Spod back into the pits. A couple of drivers I'm surprised with at the moment. They're out of position. Tonker, of course, but his lap was invalid. Spod was still waiting to go out. Spod's happy with his qualifying. P3 with a 17.8 at the moment. Dan Robbo is out of position right now. Quite significantly, actually. I think it might be worth keeping an eye on him just to see what happens. Pike Tech is in. Lovely. Whoever sent that invite, thank you.
It really gets me scared whenever someone's going about like 3 miles per hour, a little bit off the racing line.
Oh, yeah. It's never good. Who is it? Is it Titch?
Yeah.
Yeah. Doing his quali practice.
I think the final runs are people are gonna start heading out in a minute or two, and for their final runs.
Yeah, Titch is in, so that signals the time. We've got 5.5 minutes left on the clock.
Two-spot Wizard's pretty good, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Reigning champion, actually, for EU3.
I'm gonna watch that lap.
Yeah, he's gone early as well. I'll jump across with you. See if you can return the cursed favour. He won't thank me for that. He was my teammate last year.
Is there a bug where front wings don't show up?
Not that I know of, but it's always possible. It's an EA game that Codemasters have developed, so that's always a possibility.
I think that's what's happening with Dan Robbo.
Unless he's binned it somewhere, I'll jump across and have a look in a second. Two-spell wizard though. No time on the board yet, so he's going to have a purple sector time. We'll have to wait and see what happens. It's looking neat and tidy so far.
Little lose through that.
Yeah. Turn 5. We're getting reports of rain in the race as well. I haven't got my scary app of Destiny this week because I'm not on my personal account. I'm on the Coscoms account, so I can't cheat the system.
So, how many safety cars are you expecting?
Oh, at least 3.
Oh,
at least.
little loose through there. I'd say 2.
Are we including virtuals in this? Or are we just doing fulls?
No.
Just fulls.
Virtuals, I'd say like maybe 2 just on their own.
Maybe. Yeah. See what happens. So you're going what 2 and 2, and I'll say 4 total.
And 2 spell finishes his lap.
And he's going to put himself.
Don't think it'll be pool.
No, he wouldn't. He's never going to get pole. That's not his style.
Right. Oh, is
no, Dan Robbo's wing went. He's taken that off somewhere. So I don't think that was a glitch.
So Dan Robbo, is he the one that's in the lead for the championship?
He is, yes.
Or is that okay?
He's championship leader.
You guys still haven't gotten times. I don't know about it over here in EU, but in AM the McLaren seat seems to be cursed.
Good. I'm not a fan of McLaren, to be honest, so I don't mind if it's cursed at all. No, it's not the McLaren seat. It tends to be Alpine and Red Bull that seem to have the issues in EU, if anyone.
Yeah, I'm in the Alpine and I get unlucky a lot.
So I think from the outside looking in, shut up, Blades. You don't get to speak like that in the chat. I think from the outside looking in, it's easy to pick out which drivers are unlucky and which teams. I can pretty much guarantee that everybody would have an argument saying that they are the unlucky ones.
Wow. McLaren was on a real good lap and he binned it.
Oh.
Not like he still might be able to go for another lap, but
Was that for Kesey? Yeah.
Yeah.
2 spells retired. He's happy with his qualifying. Watching his brother at the moment. That's Titchy. 1 corner to go. Back end. Oh, steps out on him. Ends up on the grass. He'll finish the lap. It should be an improvement. It won't be brilliant for him. 18.7.
The McLaren looked pretty good. He was making it through the corners pretty well. He's about to start a lap. If he doesn't go into the pits. Nope, he's staying out.
Yes, we've got... Just looking at the championship now, Dan Roberts actually got a 40-point lead already at this stage over Charlie, who's not here again tonight. And then Jack King in 3rd place. Then in the constructors, Mercedes lead the way with Alpine 2nd, McLaren 2 points behind them in 3rd.
Yeah, the season for me in my AM is almost kind of scrapped. I'm about 50 points off BK.
Yeah, but BK cheats.
Yeah.
He cheats
I'm
just by
very
existing,
close
he
to hitting
cheats.
race pace. I just not very consistent.
Yeah, he'll get him. Consistency is one of those things, it comes with time. The amount of practice you put in often helps. Dan Robbo then. Red arrows in the chat saying yes, he does cheat. Dan Robbo then puts himself into 5th. Good recovery qualifying session if he stays there. Just gets in ahead of the timer as well.
What this McLaren's going to do.
I would imagine he is improving, not by much, but it would be enough for a position if he can hold it. Proves a fair bit. And just shy of 2/10, goes up to P7 for Frakese on his debut.
So Wakanda Forever is going to be on pool unless someone else can pull something.
Yeah, I think 0.01 is improving, not by enough. Tonka, maybe Tonka, but in fact, they're the only 2 left out on track, so it's going to be one of these 2 if anyone. Tonka drives for the line. 0.01 just behind him. Tonka 17.9 goes 5th. 0.01 goes 7th with an 18 flat. Neither of them in a position to knock STLR off the top spot. And that's going to be it. Qualifying's done.
There's about a 10th between everybody.
Yeah, that's, I mean, it's a really closely matched tier, especially at the front end. And the reserve drivers, even the reserves tonight, are mixed in there. Like Milosh is an EU4 driver, Ivica is. Red Panda Pigeon Slayer, he's an EU4 reserve, as is. There should be another one. Who am I missing? Oh, no, it was Dom who's filling in as the EU3 official reserve.
So now, since I'm a commentator and I got the commentator role, do I get mod in the Twitch?
You can have it if you want it. Ricky will be in there. He'll be able to give you that. So STLR then with the fastest time in qualifying of a 1 minute 17.809, but because of that 5 place grid penalty, he will not start there. He'll start in P6. Wakanda Forever will start on pole, with Spud narrowly missing out on what would have been pole by 0.03 of a second. Milosh in P4, Tonka P5, Dan Robber P6. Will be your new top 5. We'll have Lincoln and Nisula, the 2 McLarens, not the 2 McLarens, one of the McLarens in Lincoln, at the back of the pack with no time set. Craggy as well, no time set, but he did make it out on track. Oh, hang on. I'll be able to fix that for you. Are you quiet in the chat? Is that what people are saying?
Just Death Storm, so.
Oh, we don't trust Deathstorm with his old man ears.
The Mercs are saying no rain.
Ooh. Ooh. We'll see what happens. It's going to be overcast though. It could appear at any time. And if it does appear, will it be heavy enough for inters?
That's when it's really sketchy, when it's not heavy enough for inters, so everyone's just sliding around on the
Yeah.
slicks. Formation lap is on, right?
Yes, it is. So, formation lap first gives us a chance to go through some of the tyre allocations, see what everyone's gone for. Got a lot of medium runners out there, a few softs, a couple of hards. Crucial thing, the first soft runner is Milos in the Ferrari, P3 on the grid. He's going to be looking to overtake the two ahead, make some space behind him before he comes in for an early pit stop. Same with the other Ferrari of Domi Lee. And then Tichy as well, P13 in the second Haas. He's gone for soft tyres. The two hard runners, Ivica, he always goes for the hard tyre. The day he doesn't do that will be the day that a lot of people lose a lot of money. Red Panda in P10 has gone for the hard tyre as well. Everybody else on the mediums.
Bud is really aggressive on these formation laps.
Yeah,
but sorry to like interrupt, but
no.
I'm having real bad rain, so if my power cuts out, what should I join the party back and join the lobby, or should I wait until a safety car or something?
No, just if you join the party back, then we can sort it out as and when. But it's not going to happen. We have faith. You're going to be fine.
So, no rain.
No rain confirmed, unless we get some safety cars, and then we might stretch into a period where there would be some rain later on.
Tires don't like that fast get worn down, so maybe hards to softs could be
Hards to soft is possible. I think it'll depend on time in the safety cars, because there will be some thing around here. So I think generally the strategy you want is mediums to hards or hards to mediums. I think I started on the hards last night and I wasn't overly keen on them, but
alright, I'm gonna keep an eye on the back of the grid and just try to see if there's any wrecks.
Yeah, Wakanda pulls into his slot. So we watch the rest of the pack forming up. Let's keep an eye out for STLR, and we've got the two Mercedes as well. Wakanda forever, if he can keep it in a straight line, will be a contender for the victory. I think your winner is going to come out of that top six, personally. Barring some two-spell wizard tomfoolery. But final car in position. Let's get ready to go racing then. 5 lights lit. We wait for the glitch. And finally we're away here at the Australian Grand Prix, Albert Park. We've got a McLaren spinning in the background. That's Lincoln. Cold tyres, I think, for him. Wakanda, though, leads the way through turn 2. Milos has got himself steady in third place. STLR, STLR up 2 places, back into 4th already. Both McLarens having trouble. I think you've brought the McLaren curse with you from AM. Fracchesi on his race debut, then down to P18, teammate behind in 19th. Fracchesi has left the session. We'll try and get him back in. It's still Wakanda then leading the way. Spud in second, Milos in third, who's now been challenged by STLR around the outside on the way up to turn 9. They're going to try and hold it together. STLR swoops around the outside to take P3. Milos now coming under pressure from the Mercedes of Dan Robbo. Is going to try it into turn 12. Not quite close enough there.
Oh, big wreck.
Who for? Lincoln.
He wrecked on the straightaway. I mean, I don't. Just looked like he, I don't know, whipped the car around.
Yeah. He's going to have some very, very unhappy tyres. Of course, no front wing either, so no downforce for him.
Probably gonna go a lap down pretty quick.
Yeah, he will if he keeps going at this pace, because he'll have to stop as well. So, got Nisula and Domi Lee in the pits. I don't know if that's for wing changes or just for tyres. I would assume wing changes. Back up to the front
Everyone
though.
seems to be pretty spread out except for 4, 5, and 6.
Yeah. Milos is dropping away on those soft tyres, so he's either burnt them up too early or he's not quite got the pace that his qualifying would suggest he had. Down to P6 now. STLR needs to try and put some quick laps in, get himself back up close to Spud. 8/10 the gap now between him and the lead Mercedes. Otherwise he's... Oh, Milos has had a problem at turn 11. Back end stepped out, dropped another 2 places. Spud and Wakanda though pulling away at the front now.
As we already have our first lap though. Oh.
Craggy's lost it coming out of the final corner. He's put it into the pit wall, and that's going to be a virtual safety car. There's the first one of the evening.
I predicted 2.
You did. Pipe Tech into the pits, looking to take advantage. I wonder if we'll see Nursula and Domi Lee coming in as well, maybe going on to another set of tyres. Let's have a look, see what everyone's going for, because the race is neutralised, so we don't need the deltas. Pipe Tech's gone to the softs. Interesting decision. Does make it out ahead of the Alfa and the Ferrari. So we'll hold on to P15.
Oh, I like these aerial shots.
You're getting the helicopter view.
Yeah.
Nice.
Through the second chicane before the quick.
Yeah. Alright, nobody choosing to stop last time around. It was too risky to come in now. The virtual safety car will not be lasting that much longer, I wouldn't have thought. Oh, STLR just a little bit too quick. As it ended, he's got to tackle the drive-through penalty. And that, barring a miracle now, is probably the best chance he's got of winning down the drain. So we've got a queue now, P3 down to P6. Lincoln retires in the pit lane. Yeah, I'm not surprised. On the inters. Oh, he's just put them on. Yeah.
So penalties are probably going to start racking up.
Yeah, Spud the first one with the 3-second penalties. Pushing hard to stay close to Wakanda, which he is doing now with DRS assistance. Spud going to go for the lead. Top right under the rear wing into the gearbox of that Williams.
Maybe he'll go for a pass into this.
He's going to go for it down into turn 11.
Oh!
The squeeze is wide. Both of them through unscathed. STLR's had an incident in the background as well. And he's going to lose 3 places with that. Dan Robbo now up to P3. He won't want to be there though right now, because he's going to have to give up DRS to Tonka. As you see, STLR
about to go too wide into turn 1.
Yeah, race leader change again. Wakanda's going to take it back from Spud. He'll have DRS to pull away down towards turn 3. STLR in the pits to serve his drive-through. It's right on board with Wakanda and looking back at the Mercedes trying to hunt us down. see if Spod's got anything left in the tank because he burnt it all up.
Well, I mean, this is a really long.
Oh, that's two
probably a
out. That's
safety
going to be
car.
a full safety car. Indeed, it is. Jack King and Alex through turn 5. Some of the other drivers need to be careful as well there.
Oh.
Yeah, Tichy straight into the car. Same
4
with
out.
Fracasi. Yeah.
Wow.
And that's why you need to be careful because ghosting is not on.
Wow. Giant.
Yeah.
It was, I think, right after that quick right-hander.
Yeah, it's turn 5.
Someone probably lost it through there.
Yeah, it was one of Jack
This
King or
looking
Alex.
really good for Nisula.
Yes, Nisula back in the fight as we see Spod into the pits.
Probably the hards?
Yep, it'll be hards to the end now for him. Wakanda has stayed out.
Same with the Alpha Tauri, or the Alfa Romeo.
Yeah, the Mercedes have stacked. That's not going to work out for Dan, but he'll make it work, I think. Still gets out ahead of Tonka.
S12R, was he able to serve that drive-through?
He was, yes.
Alright, well he's in not a bad spot now too.
Yeah, Ricky's just picked up on that in the chat as well. He said it's crucial he served it. Certainly is. He's penalty free now.
Oh! Ferrari almost wrecks into the pits. Surprised no one's done that yet.
Oh, that's just primed a commentator's curse if I've ever heard one. That's affectionately known on the EU side as doing a Dracer. Former driver Dracer Bass and Andreas managed to do that 3 times in a season. Once in Spain, once in Singapore and once in Austria. Managed to hit the pit wall when he was trying to come into the pits.
So now I wonder if Nisula is going to be in puncture territory if he tries to extend this to the end of the race. Because he already has 4 laps on his tires.
He might be. I think he'll be able to make it to the end, but I also don't think this is going to be the last safety car we're going to have.
Yeah.
So I think he will probably get an opportunity to swap off those tyres.
Spudhead's really going to be trying to get past these guys as quick as possible. There's going to be a pretty big stack up for P1.
I think the Mercedes will swap, personally, at the restart. I think Dan will overtake and he'll be the one to push on. I think Spud will be there as a rear gunner.
Hopefully they don't have any drama over there and they can just both get past each other pretty quick if it's going to go down like that.
Yeah, well, I know that they're in a party together talking, so I don't think there'll be any Rosberg-Hamilton drama, but you never know.
As Nisula goes on to the mediums,
So he's going to go medium to the end from now then.
Well, he might go medium soft.
Maybe, yeah.
I don't know if he saved the soft.
What's he got? 22 laps, so... Oh, yeah, he could do. Could go 13.9, 14.8. Could do. Especially with the safety car, so yeah. It's not bad shit. Especially if he's got a set of spare. So back up at the front of the pack then. We should be having the safety car come in at the end of this lap. Wakanda Forever still leading the way.
Also, if you're watching like a battle for the lead, you can, if you double click triangle, you can close the HUD.
Oh yeah.
I'm not sure if you knew that. Deathstorm didn't do that for
Deathstorm wouldn't. He's still living in the days where you actually get a printing press to make posters.
He's not that old. He's only like 30, right?
He's older than me, and that's all that matters. Not by much either, I'm ashamed to say. I'm not ashamed. I don't mind being old now. Means I can sit in an armchair and sigh as I sit down.
These guys are really looking odd on this restart.
Yeah, it's going to be tough for them,
I think. And I think it might be lagging because I just watched the Red Bull go into a wall and then just come back.
Yeah, there's a couple that will lag, unfortunately, because we have the crossplay enabled. So here we go. Wakanda Forever goes out of the final corner. Ivica has stuck with him, but Wakanda should be okay and hold the lead into turn one. Indeed, he does. But it's the Mercedes of Spud, as you called. He's gonna go for P2 now. Is he gonna try it into turn three? He is on the brakes. He has a look down the inside. A little bit of contact between the two. Now got to try and hold it around the outside of four. He's kept it in the white lines. He's got the place. Good move from Spod.
Oh,
Wakanda's
Williams
gone. And there we go. Second safety car of the night straight away.
Alright. So now Nasula's probably regretting that decision.
I don't know. I think this pushes him more towards going for the medium soft, actually. Because he can stretch those mediums further now. If he stretches them to maybe like 22.
Yeah, I mean, it depends on how you look at it.
I don't think we're going to see anybody come in again. For now, I think we're all...
Maybe STLR for... no, doubt it.
No, he might as well stay out now and try and get some track position if there's another one later on. We might see Pipe Tech in. I think that's probably the only one. Because everyone else had stopped just beforehand, apart from Ivica, who's going to go long anyway, so...
I wonder if he has a set of hards he can use, because now is perfect time to throw on those hards.
Yeah, it is. But there's not going to be many strategy changes for this safety car period, so let's break out the game, everybody. Safety car discussion topics, what are we going for tonight? It's Ape's first one, so we need a good one.
Please not a safety car fest.
What we tend to find with
Milos
this team...
has wing damage.
Oh, I wonder if he's clipped a wall somewhere with some cold tyres.
So now Milos, I'm thinking about it now. Mediums, Nasula might be able to stretch those mediums until the end of this race if he wanted to. I did like about 24 laps at Coda on mediums. I got a podium.
Yeah, I mean it's doable. See if he's like the tyre
did
whisperer.
end in puncture range, so it's...
Yeah, it's...
I was also reserving, so I really didn't have much to lose.
Well, doesn't matter. You took the gamble. You got the reward for it. Deathstorm, I'm just being ageist, if I'm honest, mate. I need some solace in the fact I'm not the oldest. Especially when I'm commentating with such a young person. I feel so old. Oh. Alright. He's 33. Yes, he's got 6 years on me.
Oh. In the grand scheme of things, that's still pretty young.
Oh, yeah, it is. Right. No one's coming up with safety car topics. What's going on?
Everyone feels old for their age at some point.
No, yeah.
I even feel old for my age because I'm the oldest one in my school. So whenever I see the kids below me, it just reminds me
of what you once were. Oh, Hilly straight in. Best pizza toppings. I like it. We'll go with it. Okay, everybody. Best pizza toppings in the chat, please. We'll read some out.
Pepperoni.
Yeah,
just pepperoni.
Yeah, agreed. I'm waiting for someone to be bold. Deathstorm's in deep dish with extra cheese. Hilly's gone pepperoni. Alex with a meatalicious. That's a Domino's reference. I love it.
I don't have a problem with sausage on pizza. I can appreciate sausage.
Yeah. I'm waiting for someone to go bold, though. That's what I'm waiting.
Pineapple?
Oh, Ricky, you've ruined it. Ricky's coming with a kebab, Donna kebab pizza. Matt, pepperoni as well. Yeah, I think pepperoni's easily won that one. There's no real debate there. But yes, pineapple was the brave thing I was waiting for. Right, safety car coming in this lap.
I enjoy Supreme pizzas. They have a bunch of like fruits and stuff on them. Banana peppers. They're a great pizza topping.
Yeah, that's a fair shout. It's a fair shout. We might have to do that one again if we get another one that's not pepperoni. What's your favourite? Right, Spod then leading the way. So it's Mercedes, Alfa Romeo, Mercedes, Red Bull, Alfa Tauri. Two Spell lurking in P6. Spod's gone early. Needs a good exit from the final two corners to make this work, and he's got it. Great restart from Spod. He's got a second clear already. He's outside of DRS range. Top restart from Spod, showing some real pace tonight.
They're gonna have to pass. Danny's gonna have to pass the Alfa Romeo, and that's gonna be tough because of.
You say that he's going for it already.
Yeah, but he's gonna lose a lot of time.
Contact between them. He's again going to have to hold it. Takes it the same place his teammate did at the last restart. And Tonka's going to have to sit behind for a little while now.
That happened quicker than I expected.
Yeah, Dan's gone for it. He's gone full send. He knows he can't afford to let his teammate go too far up the road. Because he needs to try and break the gap to Tonka as well. If they want to have a chance of getting a solid 1-2 finish. But Spud at the moment, keeping that gap around a second. Dan running. Oh, we've got a Red Bull way off. Tonka very, very deep. Loses the position to 0.01.
I wonder if Danny can make up enough time through here to get into DRS range to this lap.
I don't think he'll be able to do it this lap. Because DRS don't come in until... it'll be the end of lap 12, start of 13. So he's got another lap to get in. I say that. He's in.
Oh, wow.
He's in range. Yeah. So full safety car is 2 laps after the safety car comes in for DRS. And then VSCs, I think it's straight off on maybe 1 lap after, I'm not sure. Ivica though dropping down the order, 0.01 now. Looking for a move around the outside on the way to turn 3. He's later on the brakes on those fresher tyres. Easily through. Well, unfortunately for him, he's already a second back on the 2 Mercs.
He might be able to make that back up if they go side by side, but I honestly, if they're in the same party, I expect them to just train away from everybody.
Yeah, they should do. I think the only issue there will be if Spod has the battery left and the tyre life to be able to follow down up the road. And I think if he drops out of DRS range, they might work together and sort of put Spod in there as a bit of a roadblock and let Dan get himself a lead.
As long as the other person doesn't report you, are you allowed to like bump draft with somebody?
You can bump draft, yeah, but it's probably not advisable because you're going to end up with maybe not damage to your front wing, but you're going to end up actually losing speed and giving the other person theirs. So bump drafting in F1 cars tends not to be the best plan. I mean, it's not necessarily something that wouldn't work. The other thing is that with this game, with the front wings, the hitboxes for the front wings are weird, and then the back of the cars are weird, so you tend to have people sort of glitching in and out of each other, and then you'll have like horror shell crashes. So we see Nisula trying to go around the outside of 2-spell, forced wide and gets himself a 3-second penalty. He may be able to get that warning removed. So we see 2-spell with some heavy defending.
To take a picture of the race directory.
Yeah, good shout. Ivica then ran deep at turn 7.
Milos and Alpine are going to go side by side maybe into this.
Yeah, and there's Dommy Lee as well in the way, so STLR's going to have to try and fight through or hold back. He's held back for now.
Oh.
It's DRS enabled.
As the position change for 2-1.
Yeah, Dan Robber now taking the lead of the race. All spotted. Oh, contact between STLR and Milos, and that's Milos into the barriers.
Did it look like he had damage?
He's got front wing damage, yeah. Got an end plate missing. Just a little bit slower through turns.
Don't know how that was a problem.
No, I'm not sure either. A little bit of overspeed for STLR through turn 11. Clips the back of the Ferrari, sends it round into the barriers.
He's still within DRS, so they probably will be able to, as he messes up again, commentator's curse.
I see. I'm not sure. He might have messed up, but I'm not sure if it's purposeful or not. I think he'll want to just sort of drop 0.01 back, let Dan escape. I think it's crucial really for Spud to hold 0.01 back through the next two DRS zones, so this one and then the one following turn 10. If you can keep him behind him here, he should be able to allow Dan to escape.
That dirty air is getting to him.
Mm-hmm. So we've got a fight behind as well. Tonka and Two Spell.
Oh.
Whoa! Coming together there, and that's both drivers out of the race. Safety car's out again, and
That
this is where,
purposeful.
yeah, anyone on the hard tyre now will be looking for a medium. But
did you catch that?
I saw it. Yeah, I think they just came together, running out of the corner. But
traction.
yeah, I think it's one of those. I think where they came together and then, because of where they were, that was sort of game over. But this has worked out horribly for the Mercedes.
Yeah, but Milos couldn't be happier.
Yeah.
Given the situation.
We've just crossed the halfway mark, and everybody gets points.
Quite an odd track for 10 people to crash out, but.
Mhm. Yeah, the two Mercedes are going to be furious right now because they didn't get a chance to pit. They were past the pit entry before the safety car was called, and the safety car beat them out as well.
Oh yeah.
So they're stuck now. They're going to have to rely on outright pace, but we've got 0.01 behind, who's been with them all the way. There's Nisula now back in the action.
I think Spud might try to do what he was doing before the safety car came out and keep him back. I mean, maybe they can at least get one Merc win.
Potentially. Deathstorm says, "Welcome to EU." This tends to be what happens this season, actually.
Surprisingly, AM3 is one of the. It might be the most grounded tier in AM. Not quite sure about AM1, but AM2 is quite intense.
Yeah, I think the reason. Yeah, I think the reason we tend to get such crash-heavy races, particularly in tiers like this, because everyone's so closely matched.
There may be lag too, because there's a lot more diversity in EU than AM.
I mean, obviously we've got more drivers on the EU side for the time being, but there's, let's say we've been able to match them.
AM4
yeah,
year. We've been getting a lot of reserves, which is great.
It is, yeah, because for AM's, well, if it gets an AM4 rather, it'll match EU. We don't think it'll be too long before you overtake us.
Quite surprising.
Well, I don't know, because with Liberty taking over F1 and there being 3 races in the States now, I think I'm not surprised there's a lot more people sort of looking into the game and exploring it and enjoying the sort of the league racing and the social aspect of it. Whether the numbers will stay is another question, but I think for the time
Yeah.
being, it's obviously it's great to see.
Yeah, I think there will be an AM4 next season.
I hope so. So,
Would be quite cool. How close are you guys to an EU5?
we're not that close at the minute. I think we'd need probably a full tier's worth of applicants to actually make that work.
Oh wow.
Yeah, we had to drop EU4 last season. We just ran the 3 tiers.
Well,
But
that's not really your guys' fault. That's more
no,
Cody's.
well,
That game was so awful.
yeah.
Can't blame anybody for not playing.
That's a fair point. Okay then, so everybody on fresh medium tyres with the exception of Milosh, who's put on some relatively fresh hard tyres, and then the 2 Mercedes, Dan Robbo and Spod at the front of the pack, 10 lap old hard tyres for them, missing the opportunity for a free pit stop under that safety car. It's going to be Dan Robbo to lead the way.
As penalties aren't really bad, it's just Spud with a 3-second and Isulo with a 6-second.
Yeah. Pipe Tech and Milosh, of course, with 3 as well, but they're not in the running for the win at the moment. Of course, it could all change. We're going to have 13 laps to go when we cross the line at the restart. Riding on board with our current leader then, Dan Robber. He's the de facto pace car. He's waiting late and he's gone.
Well, great start.
Solid restart.
I think Spudhead's just going to have to...
He's going to end up losing the place here, isn't he, to...
Nope.
Oh, no, .01 drops back. I wonder if he went a little bit too early.
Oh.
Tank slapper from Spud. There goes the Alpha Tauri. The Alfa Romeo and Nisula as well. Cuts across the nose of the Mercedes. That was brave. If I've ever seen... Well, I don't know if it was brave or stupid. They've all come through unscathed, so I assume brave. Spud really struggling with those hard tyres at the moment. The mediums, by far the better race tyre at this stage. Dan as well, under pressure from .01 at the front. No DRS at this point. Domi Lee going round the outside.
Is peeking in.
He is, yeah. Domi Lee round the outside of Spud into turn 9. Spud forced to cut the corner. Yeah, that was always going to happen. Spud still going though. We've got a virtual safety car. Spud will come in, put a set of mediums on. He'll be able to use the pace he had early on. Might be able to make some positions back.
So Dan is hoping that Nisula can outpace Pointo, and he can maybe get them battling behind him, and he can maybe run away for like 3 or 4 laps.
Yeah.
Oh, as he pits.
Yeah, I'm not surprised at that at all. He was going to get absolutely launched, I think, by the drivers behind. He might as well take the hit now, get himself a set of medium tyres on. They'll both be at the back, but if there's another safety car, then they can stay out. And we've seen the pace they've got already. I think they'll easily be able to make it back to P3, P4.
I don't think. I don't know if I agree with that decision.
I mean, in terms of position right now, no, it's a dreadful decision. And if there's no more safety cars, it will come back and it will bite them. Well, it'll bite Dan anyway. Spud had no choice. But if there's another safety car, it puts them in prime position, I think.
I don't even know about that, because I don't think people will pit in that. I mean, it's only a 3-lap difference. No matter what, I feel like that wasn't a good decision.
Mm-hmm. If we get a safety car after lap 22, they'll all stop. Bar maybe 1 or 2.
Yeah.
I think they can hold it out. The thing is, even if we get one now,
the only thing saving them.
Yeah, even if we get one now, all it takes is one of them to go in for a set of softs, and they'll all be in. See, Ivica now picking up a penalty for track limit extension.
STLR is really starting to peak in. Finally.
Yep, he's pulling his way back through. DRS now enabled, of course.
Probably a podium he's looking at.
Look, what did Dan go to? Is it set mediums? Yeah. Both Mercedes on medium tyre for now. .01 leads the way from Nisula. Domilee's on his debut in P3 in the Ferrari. Come on, that man. STLR P4 in the Alpine, closing in on the Ferrari. Red Panda in 5th and Ivica P6. Those two swapping places now. We see the Alpha round the outside of the Aston.
Might be able to peek in there? No.
As Dan Robbo now starting to close back in on the pack ahead. Has he gone?
He was looking for it, but he decided not to.
So STLR has got past Domilee into turn 11. So he now takes 3rd place. Penalties permitting, of course. Domilee now clear. Yeah, Healy's got a good point. Penalty bingo.
Go for it. I guess he was too far back.
I think he's waited. Let the AlphaTauri use its battery.
Or he's trying to pull away from the Alpine.
Or that, yeah.
The AlphaTauri is just going to let him go until he can get without ahead of 6 seconds.
Yeah, there's been a mistake somewhere from Milos and Pipe Tech because Dan Roberts just closed up 3.5 seconds in that lap alone. I mean, I know he's got pace. I don't think he's that quick. Yeah, he's closing up another 2 tenths.
Might have to pass him here.
He might do, yeah. Is he going to go for it? He's going up the inside. Little love tap between them. Alfa Romeo takes the lead. DRS open to pull away and secure the position. Domilee's got himself back ahead of STLR. Can the Alpine respond? It's a poor exit from the Ferrari.
Might go side by side with Nisula. Not quite.
Let's have a look. I'll jump back to him in a second.
Getting real close to them.
Yeah, STLR retakes 3rd place. As we see Ivica now trying down the inside of the Ferrari. Contact between the two though. That might give STLR the breathing room he needs to get away from this and try and hunt down the leading pair.
As Nisula is just outpacing the point.
Yeah, he is right now. And DRS will bring him back in.
Yeah. It might be enough. Oh, he's biting.
Yep, he's going for it. Retakes the lead.
They're keeping their speed. They're just passing each other on the straightaways. That's the problem with DRS. Just
yeah. Especially with something like this. I mean, these guys both know what they're doing, really. So they'll be able to work together whilst fighting. Try and keep STLR away. Dom has managed to keep himself in range. So STLR unable to escape. And STLR with a much better exit from the final corner. Look at that, he's close to getting back in range already. He's gained about half a second through that final corner.
DRS, or did he get DRS?
No.
He did not. Is that like Canada where it's a double DRS zone?
Yes, it is.
So if you don't get it in one, you don't get it in the other.
Yeah,
okay.
both DRS zones here are double. So the first one is the start finish straight and then the run down to turn 3. And then the second one is from...
As we might see Nisula going for a pass here.
So this is the second DRS zone, so where Nisula is now is the first part. And then he'll go through turns 9 and 10. And then the run to 11 is the second part of that DRS zone.
I drive for Alpine, so I'm really rooting for STLR to get up there.
Yeah, he's done really well.
And I think we might see Nisula drive away soon. He's got 6 tenths. He might be able to get a good exit on these few corners.
He might be, yeah. He might do. Let's have a look at charge levels. So 0.01 is at 60%, Nisula at 70, STLR down at 20%. He's pushing hard to try and stay with the leaders. It's not working at the moment. They're starting to pull away again.
It's really hard to pull away from somebody here because of the double DRS ends.
Yeah, so you're relying on a tyre advantage. Dom's falling backwards now. He lost out to STLR and Ivica, and then Red Panda's just managed to get past as well for P5. Dan Robbo 6 seconds away from Miloš and Pipe Tech, 10 seconds away from the main pack of cars. So those early inroads are not really paying dividends. Spud unable to make that ground up as well.
Nisula is probably looking at a P2 here, no matter what.
Yeah, and I think that's something that Point will have in his mind as well. He just needs to keep it clean. Because we've got 3 drivers with penalties, or without penalties, I should say.
I don't think we're going to see anything aggressive because both of these drivers know that they need to keep it super tidy.
Well, Nisula needs to try and get 3 seconds clear of STLR, otherwise he's going to lose out that position as well and potentially lose out to his teammate for the night as well. Yeah, don't ask BK. Don't ask about the DNFs. It's not good. So you see Nisula picks up another penalty. That's his chances of a podium gone.
Actually, I'm pretty sure I saw earlier, I think he got a penalty that wasn't deserved.
Yeah, he got one warning, didn't he? Yeah, he might be able to get it down to 6. Good point. Well remembered. So he's still in with an opportunity.
I will look at the race directory to check.
You see, it's like you've been doing this for ages. Ivica back in range of STLR, so that's not going to be the break that STLR needed. Unfortunately, though, the 2 leaders are now starting to hamper each other's progress slightly.
As Point just got a warning.
What's he on? 2?
Hang on. Wait. He is on just one. That was his
just the
first
one. Okay, so he's still got 1 to play with. Because he knows he'll get the win. Oh, side by side through the final corner. Nisula's going to have DRS. Chooses the outside. Nearly could have. That was nearly horrible crisis moment, but.
That's 9 warnings for him, so he might be able to get these worked. Did the race end?
No, still going.
Because I'm stuck in the race directory.
Oh. You'll have to just keep track of it. Keep track of it, Ape. Keep an eye on .01. See what he ends up with.
Well, Nisula may have just got another warning.
If he has.
Point just got a warning, I think. Though.
So he's on to 2. Point with only 1 to play with. I mean, it would still give him the victory, but it wouldn't be clear cut. There's potential there for penalties to be removed after the race finishes under stewards' reviews. Dan Robbo then moving into range now to claim a couple of positions on penalties himself with Miloš and Pipe Tech, but he'll want to get himself ahead of both of those guys potentially. As well as we see Nisula take the lead again from .01. If this was actually a battle for the win and not sort of academic because of the penalties, this would be brilliant. Let's get rid of the penalties. Let's ignore them. Let's enjoy the racing. STLR now back in play, dragging Ivica Panda with him. 5 cars now in the fight for first on track.
And I'm going to close app and try
and get yourself back in.
I want to see this battle for the win.
Yeah. Okay. So .01 loses out into turn 9. Nisula retakes the lead now. STLR seems to have a poor middle sector. He's not particularly quick there, and that's what's costing him the opportunity to fight with these two. Sula's held the lead there through the first 2 straights. It's the first time we've had that position held by one of these two for the last couple of laps. It'll be 2 laps to go when we cross the line. We've got a yellow flag. Someone's had an issue. That's STLR. Had a problem. Lost out to both Evita and Panda.
Oh, never mind. I'm getting all the retired things now that I just joined.
And yeah, STLR, no front wing on the Alpine.
As Dan just, he's might be able to start making up.
Yeah, he'll get back.
Positions.
He's got back past Pipe Turk. He's going to get past STLR as well, with him not having a front wing. Don't retire in the pits, man. You still actually I think he'll be okay if he does. I hope he doesn't. It'd be nice to actually get him finishing on track, but. Yeah, so they need to start lap 26 in order to get points, which these 10 all have. Dan then back up to P6.
Is just trying to fight to get within without 3 seconds of his teammate.
I don't think that's going to happen.
Oh, never mind. His teammate actually has a penalty, so that I'm not sure if that changed anything.
So I mean, Sula's got 9 seconds, so he needs to be 6 clear of Evita to hold the position. But he's
yeah, that's not going to happen.
No, well, not at this point anyway. I think what is he now? Just over 3 seconds. So he's going to drop behind his teammate. He's going to drop behind.
So do we
Panda.
do interviews?
Nisula mistake through the final corner gives the position back to point as the final lap now starts, and there's going to be DRS for the AlphaTauri man.
If he doesn't get that penalty removed, he might lose that position to Red Panda.
I think he's definitely going to lose it to Panda. He might even come under pressure from Dom if he keeps driving the way he was. He's got another warning there through the exit of turn 2, almost certainly. I think he's one and away from 12 seconds.
Oh!
Yeah, I just caught the edge of that. We would normally do interviews, but I need to make sure that because we've got a mixture of PC and PlayStation, we won't do tonight. I haven't got the chat function on Discord sorted yet with the Coscoms account on PlayStation, so unfortunately I'm a noob. Can't make it work. Nisula then challenging again to take the lead on track. Goes very deep into the corner. That might cost. That's going to cost him massively. Nisula then. And he's lost it into the wall. He's retired.
Oh,
that's heartbreak for him. To make sure that no one hits that car thinking it's ghosted. Here we go. 0.01 then. Crosses the line. Takes victory. In EU3 for AlphaTauri, Evita crosses in second, reserving from EU4 for Alfa Romeo. Red Panda in third, Dom in P4, and we're going to have Dan Robbo cross in P5 from where he was when he came in for that pit stop. P5, considering there was no safety cars. He's not going to be happy with it. I know him well enough to know that he will be furious that that safety car
Yep.
has knackered his race. But I think P5, when he looks back on it at a later date, will be a
He
very,
might
very
have
good
ended
result.
up there anyway.
Yeah, with the tyres as they were. So let's have a look at the championship quick for EU3. So coming into this race, Dan Robbo led from Charlie and Jack King with Tichy, 2-spell, and then STLR in P6. So STLR, the only one who scored points tonight to catch up with him, who was in any way... Well, no one was near him really, but who was in any way...
If you have the PlayStation app, if you already have an account set up, that would be nice to know.
Ooh, what's he offering?
Well, I'm just saying that in case he does. He probably doesn't, but I know in AM we do that.
Yeah.
So odd to think that it's 10 o'clock where you are.
Yeah, it's 10:15 for us. Well, you guys race at like 2 a.m. for us, so
Yeah, it's a bit of a difference.
it's fine. We're all night owls. That's why when we do 24-hour events as a league, we always do really well in the night shift because we get you guys to do it. So, .01 then takes victory here in Australia. 25 points going back to Faenza with Alpha Tauri. Ivica picks up 18 points for Alfa Romeo, having reserved for the evening. Same for Red Panda with Aston Martin, just 15 points rather than the 18 going back to Silverstone. Double points finish for Ferrari in P4 and P6, with Dom taking P4 on his COS debut and Milos reserving in P6. Dan Robbo, championship leader, with a good recovery drive to finish in P5. Pipe Tech in P7 for Williams. STLR P8, what might have been had he not had that late spin and wing damage. Spud P9 and Nisula classified P10 gets himself a point. Retirements then for all the other drivers. There was 9 in total. Not in any particular order. That's 2-spell, Tonka, Tichy, Jack King, Wakanda Forever, Alex, Lincoln, and a couple of others I can't remember. I'm sorry everybody if I've forgotten you. So that will be it for tonight and round 6 of the championship. We're just over a third of the way through the season already. It's flown by this opening 6 weeks. We'll be back next time for round 7 live from the Temple of Speed, which is Monza. The greatest track of all time. And I will have nothing spoken against it. No, to be fair, I can think of better tracks than Monza, but in terms of the history and just the Tifosi, it's the GOAT. But we'll be back then next week. You can tune in later tonight to watch AM2. Is it tonight?
Yes, I
AM2.
will be commentating that too.
Oh, double commentary shift for Ape. Excellent. So, yeah, you can join Ape later tonight. Is it you and BK or you and Deathstorm tonight?
Me and Tizzle.
Tizzle? Oh! Tizzle's got in the commentary box. I thought we'd never see the day. So you can join Ape and Tizzle tonight. That's 2 a.m. in the UK, 3 a.m. Central European or 9 p.m. Eastern. And you can tune in tomorrow for EU2. That's 9 p.m. in the UK, 10 p.m. Central European, and 4 p.m. Eastern, Ape? Or 5?
5. Wait, what time was it?
9 p.m. in the UK, so an hour ago.
That'd be 2 o'clock, I believe.
2 o'clock?
Actually, 1 o'clock because it's at 3 hours before.
Of course you're in daylight time now, aren't you?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. So bookie times on the East Coast. Either way,
It's
you'll be able to
5
find.
hours ahead, like.
So, yeah. I mean, normally EST and whatever time in the UK is normally +5, so it would be, or -5 rather, so it would be 9 PM in the UK, 4 PM Eastern. That's generally what it is, I think. But it will either be 3, 4, or 5 Eastern. It's fine, just a huge range. If you subscribe to the Twitch channel, or at least follow us, you'll be able to keep up to date, and you will get a notification whenever we go live with those races. All of them will be streamed live on Twitch and uploaded to YouTube later on, where you can keep up to date and watch your favourite races back. Make sure you follow us on social media as well. You will find a link tree to all our social media channels in our channel bio, and you can stay up to date with everything Contest of Speed. That's Instagram and Twitter. Like I say, we hope you've enjoyed the show. Make sure you hit like, subscribe, whatever channel or service you're watching on. We'll see you next week from Monza. Good night, everybody.